Hello students, welcome again in this e-learning session. So today we are going to see lesson number 1.4, Big Data, Big Insight. Okay, so what is a big data? There is a revolution in the life of people which has been affected by big data. So big data affects our life and the lifestyle of people, food habits, healthcare, our traveling, our scientific pursuits, all these things are affected by big data. So you name it, and everything has changed to 360-degree. So if we look at the lesson Big Data, Big Insight, you'll find that everything has been affected by big data. So massive data is available with us, can work wonders. So friends, with the help of this uh, slides, we will go through this lesson. Okay. So here I'm going to present this lesson through slides. So you please watch watch it. Now you can see here. Okay. So here icebreakers are there at the beginning of the lesson. Give business suggestions to the respective industry or company for the following situation. One has been done for you. Now see, many passengers prefer morning flights between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. from Mumbai to Delhi. Now suggestions, what you'll suggest? Suggestion is given, see there. Increase the number of flights between 7 and 9 a.m. So like that, the next, see, many students are opting for UPSC, MPSC exams. That is Union Public Service Commission and MPSC, Maharashtra Public Service Commission. These are the exams, competitive exams, which are conducted by the government. So many students nowadays, they want to appear UPSC, MPSC and clear those exams. So what suggestion would you like to give? We can open various centers where this guidance is given, guidance cells or centers where UPSC or MPSC exams guidance can be given to the students. And then next is, many people go for morning walk to Kamla Nehru Park. Now what we will suggest here, to open maximum parks, new parks, so that people can exercise. And next, many people buy clothes from miracle.com online shopping sites. Now you have to suggest, if people are buying clothes, then more online sites should be open, like that. Then next, the viewers on television is more between 9, 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. So what suggestions will give? That is opening or starting new channels of information or general knowledge, like that. So you have to give just suggestions. Now next is, people get information from various sources. Can you name a few? Now what are the sources of information? There is Facebook is there, okay. Then internet is there. Then we have newspapers, magazines, and very many things are there, no, from where we can get information. So these are the sources through which we get lot of information. Now we are going to see this lesson, big data. What is the meaning of big data? Data means what? Data is a kind of information. Okay, it is a information. So data meaning is facts or statistics collected together for reference or analysis. Now why this data is collected? Because it is used for reference purpose as well as analyzing it. Okay, now friends, do you know what happens when we do certain activities? Before that, I would also like to tell you what is the meaning of insights. Data, you know, data means information, and insights means, in front of us in the slide it is given, the capacity to gain an accurate and a deep understanding of someone or something. In Marathi we call it antaranga. Okay, so uh, whatever activity we do online, what happens to it? What activities you do online? We like a post on Facebook, or share a post on WhatsApp, or visit any website, or make online purchases, or watch videos. Yes, whatever activity is done by you on Facebook or WhatsApp or YouTube, it is recorded. You see, recorded means millions and millions of people use these things, and every single person's activity is recorded, monitored, and analyzed. So huge amount of data is collected. You can imagine, no, or we cannot imagine that what sort of data might be this by recording every single activity of each person around the globe. Then next is, you know, Amazon and Google, they are the sites where we go and visit, and then we have sources of data also. What are the sources of data? That is web, or sales, or customer contact center, social media, or mobile data. Okay, now all these data is collected by petabytes. Now what is petabytes? It is units of information equal to 1000. And there are exabytes. Exabytes means units of information equal to quintillion. So these are the units of measurement where data are collected. Data can be petabytes and exabytes of data consisting of billions and trillions of records of millions of people, those are using all these things, Facebook and all those things. Their data is collected in petabytes and exabytes. Now, what are the sources of data? You can see on your slide. That is web, then sales, then customer contact center, social media, mobile data, etc. Now, the data available to industries and companies is enormously increasing in volume, variation, velocity, veracity, and value. So all the data available, the data is collected by industries also and companies also. So this data is increasing in volume. Volume means size. In variation means in difference. In velocity, that is speed. And in veracity, that is accuracy. And value, or we can say worth or utility. Now, what is big data analytics? What is the meaning of analytics? Big data analytics is complex process of examining large and varied data sets or big data to uncover information such as. Now, what is analytics? In Marathi, we call it Vishleshan. Okay. So, this big data analytics is a complex process. It is not a simple process. It is a complex process of examining large and varied data sets or big data to uncover information. What kind of information? That is hidden patterns, unknown correlations, make market trends, customer preferences. So huge data helps the industries to get innumerable advantages. Means whatever activities we are we are being doing, that is collected, that is monitored, and then these data is taken by the industries just to check what kind of activities people are doing, what do they want, what kind of products they want. So huge data helps the industries to get innumerable advantages. This is advantages, collecting data and sending it to different places, different fields, industries. So it is advantageous for industries also. So all the industries are trying to reap maximum benefit from it. So for industries, data is very helpful. Excuse me. So all the industries are trying to get benefits out of this data. Now next is uses of big data. So for what purpose big data is used? One is location tracking. Means what? Geographical positioning. We call it GPS, no? And radio frequency identification sensors get the real time data about traffic. Excuse me. Now when we are traveling in a car, and if you want to know the uh, condition of the traffic in on such and such road, we can get that information. So real time data about the traffic, on which road traffic is heavy or on which road traffic is less, that information we can get through this data. Then congestion of particular route. If the particular route is congested on which we are traveling, then we can take another route. Or information, if the route is closed, then we can take another route. The number 4, route is a one-way route. If there is a one-way route, all this information we get because of the collection of data. Then number 5, understanding accident prone areas. We can also get information about the areas where accident take place frequently. Excuse me. Congestion. What is the meaning of congestion? Congestion means overcrowding, or we can say traffic jam. Or prone. Prone means where likely or liable to suffer from. So through location tracking, we can track the location of goods. If you have ordered anything on any site like Amazon and all those things, so we can track the location of goods. You might be doing this, no? And second, track condition of goods. We can trace or track the condition of the goods, or help logistic companies to reduce the risk. Risk can be reduced uh, because of this location tracking, and it can also improve the speed and reliability in delivery. So all these things can be done through location tracking. Then it is also useful in identifying and tracking location of place gps and google GPS and Google use big data for this purpose. Then next, understanding weather patterns. We know that suddenly the climate changes, or on the news we get information that where it is going to rain heavily, or where floods are going to take place, or where earthquake may take place, or where tsunami is likely to come. All these weather patterns can be studied because there are weather sensors and satellites. Why we are able to know these things, calamities in advance? Because there are weather sensors and satellites set up all around the globe. There are satellites which send us pictures, informations. So huge amount of data is received. So they help us to understand weather and help in weather forecasting. Now, weather patterns give us warnings of the impending natural calamities. You know that. So, weather patterns give us information about the calamities, like, natural calamities like floods, earthquakes, tsunamis. So, in advance, we can get information about these natural calamities because the weather sensors are there which are set up all around the globe. See now, weather satellites, they help us to take precautions beforehand. Okay. Then there are weather forecasts, no, where it is going to rain, where it will be hot. All these things we get about the information of weather. Then you can see on your slide floods taking place, earthquakes. We can study the global warming also, no, and also predict availability of natural resources of water. So you can see here the picture, tsunami and all these things. Okay. Then we move on to third point, that is healthcare industry. People nowadays are health conscious. Okay. Now health apps are there, no? Like smart watches you have. Then they keep collecting data. Then there are our mini biomedical research devices. Then there are devices which detect the heart rates. Okay. Then we monitor sleep pattern, keep record of his exercise. So each and every person's activities can be monitored. Okay. So there are different devices which are coming in the market, which makes our life more comfortable. Or if we are suffering from any kind of diseases, like blood pressure is there or sugar problems are there, all these things can be monitored or we can keep check. So the data can be collected of a person. Okay. So data collected can give insights and feedback to each and every person. Then there are gadgets, no, to monitor blood sugar, blood pressure at home 24/7, provide information to patients in hospitals too. So then we have health apps, which is very much important nowadays, no? So help of big data to doctors. How doctors are benefited by this big data. So not only industries, but the doctors or the medical field is also affected by this big data. Now see how the big data helps the doctors. Better diagnosis of any ailment or sickness. So because of the big data, the doctor can study particular case of a particular person and better diagnosis can be done because of any type of disease. That is one advantages of big data which helps to the doctors. Then second, the effect of any drug. If the person is having allergy of any medicine or any drug or tablet, that can also be studied with the help of data. Means unnecessary guesswork can be significantly reduced. So now doctors don't have to guess. Guesswork is not done nowadays because with the help of big data, doctors can study the history of the patient. Now, there you can see fourth point, past records of the patients can be maintained and better analysis of the health can be obtained. So, history of the patient can be studied with the help of the data or information, and the analysis, proper analysis of the health of that particular person or patient can be taken. Now, number five, big data helps in monitoring the outbreaks of epidemics and diseases. So, wherever there is outbreak, nowadays we have been suffering from this COVID-19 and pandemic. So, big data helps us to understand in which city, in which area, in which society there are more number of patients, maximum numbers of patients, and in that way precautions can be taken. So, big data is very much advantageous when there is an epidemic or pandemic like COVID-19. So it is very useful. Then pharmaceutical companies also pay huge amount. The companies which make medicines or drugs, they also pay a lot of money to receive data of people for their research work. Okay, receiving data of people, at the same time they do sort a lot of research work. Then next, you can see Arogya Setu app. This app must be there in your mobile phones, no? Arogya Setu app. So this helps us to know where there are patients of corona or COVID-19. Now you see, I am down with flu. If any person types on WhatsApp or Facebook that I am down with flu, I am suffering from flu, so it will be monitored. That person's message will be monitored, and the areas affected by flu can easily located, and necessary precautions can be taken. So this way these new apps or the data which is collected, it helps the people in finding out the patients which are suffering from this type of viruses. Now number four, banking, finance and trading. So big data also helps to the banks, to the finance and trading companies as well. So with the big data analytics, the investment patterns of people can be studied. The banks studies the pattern, means in which field people are investing more, and then that way they change their policies and plans in order to attract maximum customers. New insights have enabled the banks and finance companies to come with suitable plans. So, by collecting big data or by using data of the people, it helps the banks and the finance companies to come with suitable plans. Now, every now and then, every day we find the bank offer new plans to the people. Now, why this happens? Because they study, because these banks, the industries, the healthcare industries, they use this data, they check the data, and then they implement new plans so that maximum people can get benefit out of that, or maximum people can take the plan which is given by the banks or any other finance companies. Then third, big data has enabled smooth functioning of these agencies and institutions. Big data is very useful for smooth functioning. Means big data helps the companies to know what is the requirement, what is the demand of the customer. And if that demand is fulfilled by these companies, then naturally the company or the bank will smoothly function. There will be no obstacles, no problems. Now next, cybercrime. You see, nowadays we find lot of cyber crimes, credit card fraud detection takes place. So these crimes can be detected by data. Now, if any person who tries to do some kind of fraud in any bank or with the help of any ATM card or credit card, his actions are also monitored. Or the criminals or the thieves who try to bankrupt the bank, or they try to misuse, or some kind of fraud is done. So all these things are monitored because the data is collected. Now, how big data helps to banking sector? Now, first, in predicting cyber crimes, predict means what? Predict means to say what will happen in future. What kind of crimes can happen in future, that can be predicted only because with the help of big data. Then second is in handling issues related to missed transactions. Sometimes we try to pay money through Google, no, and suddenly what happens? Our transaction fails. So that is also monitored. Sometimes our money is sent, double money's amount is sent. So that amount again comes in our bank, or it is deposited in our banks. Now, why this happens? Because whatever action we do, that is monitored, and that is why the money which is gone, doubled, that is again deposited into our account. Then failures in net banking. Sometimes when we do net banking, it fails. Whatever activity do we do, if it fails. So big data helps us in telling that whatever activity we have done has failed. So millions and trillions and billions of data is collected. Means each and every activity we do on this Facebook or WhatsApp or Google or any other site, that is monitored. Then it can even predict possible spikes on servers so that banks can manage transactions accordingly. So all the transactions which we do, where the money which we deposit or the money which we take out, so everything is monitored. So it helps the banks to manage transactions accordingly. The next is a brute force attack. Now this is a simple method to gain access to a site or a server or anything that is password protected. Now it tries various combinations of users names and passwords again and again until it gets in. This repetitive action is like an army attacking a fort. Means if any person's account is hacked or any mistransaction is done, then a brute force attack is done. Now it means it tries to put various combinations of users names and passwords again and again until it gets in. So this is a repetitive action, means to find out the criminal or to find out the person who is involved in this cyber crime. For that, this brute force attack is done. Then we have Securities and Exchange Commission, that is SEC. The US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is an independent federal government regulatory agency responsible for protecting investors, maintaining fair and orderly functions of the securities markets, and facilitating capital formation. So SEC is nothing but it's a security agency, and it protects the investors, it protects the customers, maintain fair and orderly functioning of the securities markets, and also facilitate capital formation. So it helps the customers. Now, Security Exchange Commission is using big data. Why? To monitor financial markets, share markets, and all those things. Everything is monitored by SEC. So this is a agency. Possible illegal trades, wherever illegal trades are taking place, or any suspicious activities, then it is monitored by SEC. So SEC is using network analytics and natural language processors to identify possible frauds in the financial markets. So today we will try to stop here. We have completed this part of big data, big insight. Uh, okay, so hope you understood. So in my next lecture, we'll take the second part of this lesson, big data, big insights. So we will stop here. Okay.